All right, welcome back in. Eric, you were just saying what an amazing performance that was from Malachi Novosad.
Yeah, on short notice, 10 days, shows that he's in the gym, he's ready, he's staying ready. He knew exactly what he needed to do. He needed to close the distance, put him on his back where that range and that distance didn't make any difference. He went and applied it, did a fantastic job.
Jason, I got to bring this up. Malachi Novosad, when he fought Ricky Mamone, he had a very, very quick submission. Same exact story here tonight.
Yeah, same exact story. He capitalized. Tyler made a small mistake. I was still talking to Trevor Golden. He just made a small mistake. Malachi got right under that neck and got the submission victory. I mean, hats off to Malachi, man. 10 days notice, just fought 3 weeks ago, and that was a banging fight.
That was a banging fight. This next fight, 100% will be banging as well. The belt is on the line for half of us here tonight in our co-main event. Unfortunately, Adam Frank missing weight, but he's about to make the walk right now alongside Hector Lopez. We're going to bring him out right now.
All right, Fierce fans. I hope you guys are ready for the last amateur fight, which is a title fight. Fierce fans, our co-main event is sponsored by Glow Pop. With all sorts of gummies to choose from, Glow Pop is perfect for peak performance and for chilling after the fight. Expand your mind a bit or melt away with either the Blue Boomer or Easy Dose Blue Delta Gummies. Get 20% off your first purchase from Glow Pop at glowpop.com. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome the next two fighters to the cage.
Well, at just 22 years of age, it's safe to say Adam Frank has made his mark as one of the highest touted amateurs in the entire country. 5 wins and 5 finishes for the 10th Planet Purple Belt. Eric, how do you prep for someone who's so savvy at finishing the fight?
You really got to study. You got to make sure that you understand where he wants to go and how he wants to finish the fight. Watch his tools and train for it. Put yourself in bad situations and be ready.
Jason, all wins by finish. The average fight time when he wins, 56 seconds.
This kid is one of the top prospects in the nation right now. There's a lot of hype around this kid. I mentioned earlier on the pre-fight broadcast, I got multiple messages from people down in Vegas saying, watch out for this kid. He's a real deal.
Julian Erosa in the corner out of the UFC. He also trains alongside Fierce FC bantamweight champion Yazin Haji.
Yeah, not a bad corner. We saw Yazin, who's our bantamweight champion right now.
Adam Frank entering the cage. Never been submitted. Never been knocked out. 60% of his wins coming by KO. 40% of his wins coming by submission. He also had a 10-second KO back in October of 2021. The kid is a finishing machine. We cannot wait to see him in our co-main event, making his Fierce Challenger Series debut. On a hot streak with a second shot at the strap, enter Hector Lopez. With back-to-back first-round finishes, the Koa Kingdom featherweight looks to capture his first belt tonight in our co-main event. Jason, we've called both of Hector's fights on this first-round finishing frenzy that he has been on. What do you think has changed for the 30-year-old in the last 6 months.
You know what? I don't know what it is, but something has clicked with him. He has looked phenomenal his last 2 fights. He's firing on all cylinders right now. I know there's a lot of talk about him taking this fight against this kid. You know, Frank is a tough jiu-jitsu guy. They're not worried. He's got Anthony Lovato in his corner. He's got Bobby King in his corner. They're very confident tonight coming into this fight.
Hector Lopez with a record of 5-3. However, the combined professional record of those 3 losses is 6-1. I mean, those 3 losses were against very formidable opponents, Eric.
Yeah, it just shows that he's game. He's going to take the fight. He's going to come out and fight hard. I'm interested in seeing this matchup with Frank.
As for Hector Lopez, all wins by finish. All submissions in the first round. Both of his KO TKOs come in the second round. He also is 0-1 headed into a third round. We will have to see how this plays out between Hector Lopez out of Koa Kingdom, Adam Frank coming up by way of Las Vegas, Nevada. Lopez, 7-year senior. Frank, 1 inch taller. Frank with a record of 5-1. That graphic is incorrect. Lopez with a record of 5-3. Hector Lopez eligible for the Fierce FC amateur featherweight title. Adam Frank, unfortunately, unable to contest for it tonight as he missed weight yesterday by 1 pound. We're going to take it over to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this is your co-main event. This fight is sponsored by Glow Pop, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyastad. This fight is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Fierce Fighting Championship Amateur Featherweight title. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 5 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in above the contracted weight at 146 pounds. Fighting out of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Las Vegas and Space Force, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada. Fierce fans, make some noise for Adam Frank! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 5 wins and 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 144.5 pounds. Fighting out of Koa Kingdom, hailing from Logan, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Hazard Hector Lopez.
10th Planet Las Vegas' Adam Frank in the blue gloves. Koa Kingdom's Hector Lopez counters in the red. This amateur title bout is brought to you by Glow Pop. For peak performance or relaxing after a match, head over to Glow Pop for 20% off. Glow Pop, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Don't blink, ladies and gentlemen. This fight could be over quick.
In early on the takedown is Frank. Lopez peppering some shots.
Didn't work right back up. I think we need Hector to get an underhook here. I've been saying it all night.
Frank taking the back once again. That patented jumping to the back take has been something he's consistently done throughout his career.
Hector needs to turn towards him.
Lopez never been submitted in his career. Tough to see the angle here. But Lopez still fighting his way. 2 of Frank's wins coming by submission, the most recent back in January of 2021. Relentless in those submission attempts so far. But Hector doing a good job punching his way out, Eric.
Yeah, I'd like to see Hector roll to his other side so he can try to get that body lock out. There he goes.
Lopez on top. Frank on the bottom. Trying to get a higher guard here. Pull down the head a bit.
I was just going to say, if I'm Lopez, I'm going to back away and reset and let him get up.
A quick comparison here. It seems like nonstop grappling. Raul Rosas Jr., actually a training partner of Adam Frank in the past. Someone who seems very similar. Lopez now searching for something.
Bulldog.
That's going to do it! Oh! Wow! Hector Lopez flips the script! The new Fierce FC amateur featherweight champion is Hector Lopez.
Fantastic job. I think Frank's still stunned.
Eric, we don't have the replay, but can you just break down what you saw?
Well, they were engaged. Frank was going for the takedown. Again, Hector obviously had planned for it, trained for it. Looked like it was a bulldog choke to me. Flipped him over and choked him unconscious. Well, not unconscious, but probably close.
3-fight win streak for Hector Lopez. He's the new Fierce FC amateur featherweight champion. The second 3-fight win streak of his career.
Fantastic job. And you got to be even happier for him being eligible for the belt. He takes the win.
And I will say this completely candidly. Adam Frank is one of the most highly touted amateur fighters in the entire country. Someone that a lot of people have been talking a lot about. Adam Frank, very disappointed in himself here.
Well, it makes you wonder what happened in camp where he missed weight. Maybe he had something off, maybe something along those lines.
Fierce fans. Referee Dave Celia set us call the stop to this contest at 1 minute and 53 seconds of the first round due to submission by a coma choke for your winner and new amateur featherweight champion, Hazard Hector Lopez.
Hector, come on over here, man. Congratulations.
So, Jason, how are you, brother?
Good, man. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
You come in here tonight, fighting for the belt. Phenomenal performance against one of the top prospects in the nation. Walk us through that submission. He had your back there for a second. Eric Hyman said you needed to turn into him. You did exactly that. Walk us through that. How did you get that submission?
He slept on that rear naked choke. That was super tight. I had to just bite down on my mouthpiece, hang on tight, and eventually I was able to get the reversal on him. And it was kind of turning tables after that. So,
yeah, great submission work. Did you? Was the game plan to come in here? Did you think you were going to get a submission?
No, I knew he was going to try to take me down. I didn't think he wanted to stand and bang with me, but man, he's a tough kid, man. Give it up for Adam. He's a tough scrapper.
Did you feel like you were in any danger in the first round when he had your back, had the body lock?
Yeah, when he had my back, he slapped on that rear naked, pretty damn tight. But it was just over the chin, so I was able to squeeze my way out of there. So.
Way to go, man. Congratulations once again. You're the champ. What's next for you, man?
I think that's it for the amateur ranks for me. I think it's time to step up, go pro, go see how I do with the big dogs up there in the pro league. So, yes, sir.
I love it, Hector. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Oh, hell yeah. I don't know where to start. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my Coa family. Bobby, Anthony, Trevor, my brother Brock. I'm sorry I gave you stitches this camp. I love you. Shout out to my family. Love you guys. Mom, happy Mother's Day. Te quiero mucho. Rosa, gracias. And that's pretty much it, man. I just want to give a shout out to all the people that believed in me and all the people who didn't believe in me. What's up now, baby? Let's go.
Congratulations again. Hector Lopez is your new Fierce Challenger Series champion.
I think that he may be making the right decision going up to. I do. He just beat one of the top prospects in the country. Why wouldn't he?
I agree. Jason, I'm going to kick this question off with you to start things off. All right, welcome back in. Jason, I'm going to be completely candid here. Adam Frank, one of the highest touted prospects in the entire country. That is maybe the biggest upset in Fierce FC history.
That's a huge upset. In fact, you and I talked before the broadcast. I talked to multiple people. Hector was ready. I knew he would be ready. I had a little bit of inside information. I knew he was confident. I knew he was confident on the ground. And to submit a guy like that at this level, he's ready for the pro ranks.
Eric, your thoughts on him making that decision?
We just discussed it. I think it's right. You know, he cleared out the ranks where he's at. Why wouldn't he move up, get a little more competition, and see where he can go? Like I'm saying, I wonder what happened. Maybe if something happened with Frank's camp where he missed weight, maybe that those things are all tangible things that you can't quantify leading up to a fight. So, but fantastic job on Hector to take advantage and make sure that he was capitalizing on what he needed to do.
Hector Lopez at one point was on a 3-fight losing streak. He faced Seth Roman in this very building, snapped that losing streak, and has since then been on quite the first-round finishing frenzy. As we said earlier on, he's been on quite the run. I cannot wait to see what he does as a professional. We've got one more fight for you. Our main event, Lehigh Dominguez is going to be facing off against Octavian Trumbo. Jackson Hopes is going to get his prime for it right now.
All right, Fierce fans, how about that for those amateur fighters? Let's bring on the professional fighters for our main event, which is sponsored by Water and Wellness. As members of the Salt Lake City Business Hall of Fame, their 7-stage ultra purifying and supplementing process provides their customers, these fierce fighters and the fierce fans, with the cleanest and healthiest water possible. Change your water, change your life with Water and Wellness. Fierce fans, make some noise for the main event and welcome the last 2 fighters to the cage.
Well, coming off of back-to-back TKO finishes in under 23 seconds, the power is present for Fight Capital's Octavian Trumbo. The 24-year-old makes the walk tonight in his first main event as a pro at just 24 years old. Now, Eric, there's a 14-year age difference between these two in our main event. Where does that benefit Octavian, and where could that benefit Lehigh?
I think it shows Lehigh's durability and his ability to continue on. His fight record shows that too. He's been to a bunch of decisions and won that way. But you've got youth and explosiveness, obviously, in Octavian.
Octavian Trumbo, 2-2 out of Fight Capital in Las Vegas. Back-to-back pro wins under 23 seconds. I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see if that power can transfer against Lehigh Dominguez, someone who's very durable, Jason.
Yeah, you guys, Eric just touched on it. Lehigh's remarkably, he's durable, he's tough, he can grind it out. This is going to be a great main event.
This fight at 165 pounds, his 4th fight over 156 pounds. He's 3-0 so far in them, dating back to his amateur career as well. He is Octavian Trumbo. Final fighter making the walk tonight, enter Lehigh Dominguez. Bout number 16 for the 38-year-old, but Jason, he tells me he wants to keep going as long as he can. A win here tonight would be huge for him. It would put him back on a win streak for the first time since 2018.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge step for him. If he can pull this victory off and continue a win streak, get him going, maybe get him a title shot.
Both professional wins coming by decision. His first pro fight against someone with a 500 record or higher. Eric, your thoughts on Lehigh Dominguez with the toughest test of his career here tonight?
First off, I have to give props to Lehigh for winning the mustache contest. He has a fantastic mustache tonight. Excuse me. Hopefully he's been watching what Octavian's been doing, so he knows where that 23 seconds happens, and he can use some footwork and some range. Lehigh's been around for a while. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of gym time, so I'm excited to see. I'm hoping he does well.
Dominguez training since 2010, 13 years as an MMA fighter. He took his first fight in 2012, and as an amateur over 7 years, 2012 to 2019, garnered an 8-4 record. Dominguez 2-1 here tonight. Dominico Salas, the embrace from Julian Ruiz, Kavika, Arthur Kleinfelder, as well as Shane Stoneman. Lehigh Dominguez trains all over, from Agema to the Pit to Stoneman Boxing. Agima so far 3-0 on this card, Jason.
Yeah, they look phenomenal. I love that. I love seeing fighters branch out and get trained in other areas, get some different looks. I love seeing it. And props to Lehigh for stepping out and doing that. He looks in great shape tonight, too.
There he is as the tail of the tape comes up. Dominguez, 14 years senior. Both fighters standing 5'11". Dominguez 2-1. Trumbo 2-2 in our main event here tonight. The lone professional bout at 165 pounds.
Fierce fans, this is your main event. This fight is sponsored by Water and Wellness. This fight is a professional, super lightweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyusted. Now, one more time, we got to make up for all the people that left. I need everybody up in the seats, down to the table seats, down to the cage side. Put your hands together and make some noise! Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding a professional record of 2 wins and 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 164 pounds. Fighting out of Fight Capital and 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Las Vegas. Hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada. Fierce fans, make some noise for Octavian Trumbo! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding a professional record of 2 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 165 pounds. Fighting out of Agima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, the Pit, SLC, and Stoneman Boxing. Hailing from Provo, Utah, Fierce fans, make some noise for Lehigh Soldado Dominguez!
2 in a row for Octavian Trumbo in the blue. Utah's Lehigh Dominguez in the red gloves. This main event is brought to you by Water and Wellness. Change your water, change your life. This pro fight slated for 3 5-minute rounds. Trumbo going to work early.
Lehigh ate some big shots there from Trumbo.
Lehigh hasn't been finished since February 2016 against Johan Rubio.
Just tie clinching.
Oh!
Done.
That will do it. Octavian Trumbo gets it done again. 20 seconds is all it took.
Wow, Blake, that was aggressive.
Ratio respect.
He came out violent.
He latched onto his neck and just put his knee through Lehigh's back.
I think Lehigh blew out his knee there. He broke his leg, it looked like. Or his knee. Something's happened to his knee, it looked like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he broke his leg.
Yeah, his legs broke.
Yeah. I think when he fell.
We don't have a replay here tonight, but it looks like we are going to have to
I don't think that ankle's at a natural angle.
get the medical team in there.
No, it's not. It's not.
That's too bad.
An unfortunate way for the main event to end. Lehigh Dominguez just says, hey, I'm good.
Yeah, he's good. Hey.
Yeah.
Octavian came out with a full, he was like a freight train.
Trumbo sitting cage side now.
The shock's going to wear off, and that's going to be difficult.
I tore my Achilles about 3.5 years ago, and it took a couple hours for it to really settle in. Like, uh-oh.
Well, when I fought Cavender and my face was fractured, it was the hospital before I realized that I was hurt.
Yeah, I think you get all that adrenaline. Obviously, I wasn't fighting. I was just playing basketball, but you get that adrenaline going, then you get home, and I just remember breaking down, and my wife's like, what's the matter? I'm like, it's a year recovery for me. I hope everything will be all right with Lehigh's. Great show of respect by Trumbo.
Yeah, fantastic show of sportsmanship by Trumbo.
We're going to jump back over here into the broadcast booth. We don't want too much of an angle on what just happened with Lehigh Dominguez. Guys, the night is over in terms of the main event being finished. Unfortunately, seeing Lehigh go down the way he did with that injury, but Octavian Trumbo looks incredible in his performance. Jason, we're going to stick around here for just a second. But
I think they're going to need the stretcher.
Yeah, you can hear them. I see when they're talking. They need the stretcher.
an unfortunate way to end for Lehigh. Eric, can you kind of break down? I mean, you've had tough injuries, I'm sure, throughout. Nothing necessarily similar to this, I don't think.
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
I had my upper jawline fractured all the way across and pushed my upper jaw back a quarter inch and had to have my face reconstructed. My jaw was wired shut for 3 weeks.
I apologize. I should definitely know that headed into this. But
I never did any of it easy. But I definitely sympathize because it's, initially the pain isn't the big deal. When you go back to the locker room, then it starts to be, I can't fight, I can't train, I'm going to have to sit out for a while. And that becomes, very depressing.
It's difficult. Lehigh now a little disappointed. It's got to be disappointing. It looks like we are going to make it official with Jackson Hoops. Jason's going to head on out. A disappointing way to finish, but I mean, Octavian just threw everything but the kitchen sink out.
We're going to still announce this win for Octavian. Fierce fans, referee Dave Zelius has called us out for this contest at 20 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO out of the blue corner, Octavian Trumbo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Octavian Trumbo. Octavian, you came out with a full head of steam. You look like you're all business in the corner. Was the game plan to just come out and put the pressure on him?
Exactly that. Yeah, that's the game plan. Yeah.
Phenomenal finish. Where do you go next, man?
Go back and train and take another fight as soon as possible.
We would love to see you back up here in Utah. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Any sponsors, friends?
Yeah, I want to thank Flight Capital, 10th Planet. Shout out to Toehold. Shout out Rocky Medicinal. And then thanks to my training partners in corner and my family. That's it.
Yeah, once again, congratulations on a phenomenal performance. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Octavian Trumbo. Congratulations.
What a night for Octavian Trumbo. Doesn't seem as excited considering the unfortunate injury to Lehigh Dominguez.
It's hard to swallow when you injure somebody. You go in, you want to win, but you don't want to necessarily injure somebody.
Dominguez continuing to be in good spirits from what we see. He's right here up against the broadcast booth.
Another good show of sportsmanship, which is outstanding.
We're on our camera right now, but Trumbo, as well as his camp, giving props to Dominguez.
I think they're putting Dominguez in a compression sleeve for his leg.
Real quick. Stick around, guys. All right, so I've been competing in the cage for 13 years. I want to thank my coaches, my teams, Stoneman Boxing, the Pit SLC, Agima Jiu-Jitsu. I'm 38 years old. It's been a hell of a career. I just want to take this time to say I'm retiring from the sport. It's not about me anymore. I hate to go out this way. Nothing but love for Octavian. Great fight, bro. I want to make a big announcement, and I know we wanted to keep this a secret, but me and my wife, we had a miscarriage in January. It was one of the hardest things that I had to go through, that we had to go through together. But God blessed us, and we're pregnant again. So, like I said, it's not about me anymore. I still have it in me. I hate to go out like this, but like I said, it's thank you to my coaches. Thank you to everyone that came out here. Thank you for always supporting Soldado. I love you guys all.
One more time, make some noise for Lehigh Soldado Dominguez.
An unfortunate way to close out the night, but I think on top of Octavian Trumbo, who had an incredible performance, looked fantastic. That's big news. Lehigh Dominguez, been around for a very long time, retires here tonight. Eric, I'm sure you've shared cards with the guy.
I have. We fought several times for a long time. I mean, I fought 12 years, I think, and it's and you're always as good as your last fight, right? So it's a hard thing to take a loss and retire and not feel that later. I mean, I know I do.
Jason, your thoughts on Lehigh retiring? It's really a sad thing. I mean, he's been around forever. People love him. He trains out of 3 gyms because he has so many great relationships with so many people.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fan favorite here in Utah. With his wife being pregnant, his age, hey, Father Time catches up to all of us. It's unfortunate what happened tonight. I look forward to seeing what's next for him in the next step of his career, raising a family with his wife. It's tough to have it in that way.
I remember him saying when we had him on the podcast, on the Damage Plan MMA podcast, that he was going to go until the wheels fell off. I had no idea. This kind of comes to a shock to many of us, but nonetheless, congratulations to Lehigh Dominguez, an incredible fighter, someone who's been around for quite some time. As for Octavian Trumbo, where do you think he goes from here, Jason?
Wow, that kid has been on a tear. I mean, you heard the post-fight interview. He's still stoic, man. He's just, one word and he's done. He just wants to fight.
He's unbelievable. Eric, what did you think of him? Probably the first time you've actually seen him in person, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Immediately grabbed Lehigh in the tight clinch and just viciously kneed him. And that set up that right hand that dropped him. I from this angle, I couldn't see what happened to the leg, but I don't know if it was from maybe checking. It's hard to say, but it's unfortunate. Hopefully Lehigh has a speedy recovery.
100%, no doubt about it. Despite the main event and some of the sad things that happened due to the injury as well as the retirement, we had an incredible night. There were some unbelievable performances. I just got to pick your brains a little bit. Jason, I'll start with you. Just what flew off the page for you here tonight at Fierce Challenger Series 5?
First off, I got to give shouts to Hector Lopez, the new lightweight champion.
Featherweight
champion. I'm sorry about that.
No, I apologize.
I can't see. I need my glasses, Blake. New featherweight champion. He's been on a tear. He fights one of the top prospects in the country, not just in Vegas, out of Vegas, on Utah. This kid's had a lot of hype around him. And Hector, he pulls out a submission victory, which I don't think anybody saw coming. So big shout out to Hector Lopez.
100%. Eric, you've been kind of taking little notes all throughout the night to make sure that you knew what to talk about here at the end of the show, some of the things that flew off the page for you.
I was really impressed by Cross Hughes, how he finished the fight and how he looked as the fight went down the stretch. Brandon Myers, fantastic showing, very aggressive.
The best he's ever looked.
Absolutely. And just, I think, really followed the game plan by closing the distance. Bain, left hook, huge left hook. Just, right when I was going to comment, I'm not sure what Bain's waiting for. That's what he was waiting for. He knew what he was looking for, so that was also great. And then Hector Lopez, we like to keep the belts here in Utah, so I'm really, really happy that he won. I definitely feel for Lehigh being an old guy in a young man's sport, but Octavian looked phenomenal. I'd love to see him come back.
One other fighter I just wanted to throw in there was Malachi Novosel taking this fight on short notice, making quick, dominant work of Tyler Daniel.
Malachi Novosel, Mina Yushirawadi looked fantastic as well. An incredible night of fights. 20 came, 10 conquered. It has been an incredible night here at Mountain View High School. June 24th, Idaho Falls, Fierce Challenger Series, or Fierce Fighting Championship, 26. I can't wait for it, Jason.
That is going to be a phenomenal night. Our card in February, if you were there or if you're watching, that was one of the best cards we've had.
We've got the heavyweight champion coming back, Kent Monfaleo. Eric, I know you've probably studied him, seen him fight. He's unbelievable.
He has improved leaps and bounds over the last 2 years. Watching him for one of the other organizations a while ago, watching him train and not, to be honest with you, I don't know that I was super impressed with him back then. He's changed camps. He's reinvigorated his career. He looks amazing now. He fought Sprower, whom I fought, and I won Sprower by decision, and Kent stopped him. So hats off to Kent and all the work he's done. It's showing. He deserves to be where he is.
That Sprower finish is one that he actually remembers very vividly. It's actually going to be on the Damage Plan MMA podcast, dropping this next Wednesday. Thank you so much, everyone. I mean, Jason, Eric, it's been an absolute pleasure to be alongside you. For everyone, Pat's Media, who puts on this production, thank you so much for watching. We will see you all on June 24th.
Keep money in the bank, happiness in the tank.